Well, good morning. This is my weekly video, and probably it will be a short one. I'm not sure exactly how it will go, but I'm doing my best to get back on track after being out of town and then also coming back here and getting really sick. Like, welcome back to this area. So, and that has made me think of some things too. The title is Frequency and the Tinkerbell Effect. Well, I guess the reason I do these videos is, well, I'm hoping someday maybe um, I can monetize this channel. Who knows? We'll see. You know, I do have some subscribers, so I mean that's a goal to have, and why not? And because it can be done on YouTube, and I've looked at some other people who are monetized. Why not me? So today we're going to keep it as short as we can. Also another plan for this channel is I get an iPhone. If I had an iPhone, then I could travel. You might not see my face. I don't know if you can keep turning the camera. I'll have to ask about that. So you can see where I'm at and also see my face. That would be nice if they had that ability on there. I know they do have movie clips because I have it on my iPad. iPad's too bulky to go around and do videos with. I'm afraid I'll drop it. Don't want to do that. So today we are talking frequency and the Tinkerbell effect. Now, I have a different kind of mind. Some people appreciate it, some do not. But some people really do appreciate my mind, and I do think a little bit differently than other people. Many times I will not say what I'm thinking at the time, because you know, I, it isn't pertinent to anything that's happening out here, but it's something I'm observing and it triggers a thought and that kind of thing. So, I came back here, which is so interesting. And I'd been in San Diego. It's so beautiful there. I'd love to move there. I went to one of my doctors here. I had scheduled to come back and see, and I talked about how nice it was down there. The breeze moving through those palm trees make the most wonderful sound. And it's such a nice breeze, it's not a fierce wind that's going to blow you over and you got to tie up your hair and it's not that kind of thing. It's really nice, and it's the temperature is, 80's okay with a breeze. It's really kind of nice. 78, 80, even 85. Don't even have to use air conditioning. But anyway, it was really nice. The sun's out. So nice. Sun's out. Um, anyway, it was so nice down there that I felt good. Um, I was not inundated by so much pollen as I am here, nor haying, which I am here, which they are doing. I got a seasonal steroid shot. I think I've done that once before in Seattle many years ago. And it did help for 2 months, and I'm grateful. I can breathe. You can understand me better. I don't have to try so hard to talk because I can breathe through my nose. I can't tell you just how nice that is to breathe through one's nose. Anyway, I came back here. It was my youngest daughter's wedding. It was so beautiful. She got married in Mammoth and in a just beautiful place in the forest and had a beautiful reception at 10,000 feet. At a lodge up there, and it was so nice. I was happy to get down to a better elevation. I was having trouble breathing up that high. My heart had some trouble. So, anyway, my heart is thirsty for water. I was actually I guess my blood test, I thought, God, I couldn't talk to a doctor before I left. I had to go to my daughter's wedding. Yeah, I changed clinics because of what happened before I left. Now, I'm talking to some seniors, so you may relate to what I'm talking about. So, let's get back to frequency. It was so nice in San Diego. I got to tell you, my heart settled down. All of me settled down. It was like my body was not on high alert for excessive pollens that are more so than anywhere in the world. I've had 2 pharmacists tell me that there are more pollens here in the Northwest than anywhere in the world. So they're a crappy place for someone who has allergies to move to. So if you do, do not move to the Northwest. I guarantee you, you will be sorry. You will want to move out of here immediately, and it would be better that you do. I've had doctors tell me time and time again, I can't get out of here. I got to get some money going for me to get out of here. And for my health and well being, that would be what would be best. But anyway, here, okay. I had a beautiful time in San Diego and my daughter's wedding. Oh, it was just fairy tale. She was so beautiful in her wedding dress, and it was out in the woods, and it was just spectacular. The whole thing was done so well. I was just so happy for her. She deserves it so much. So I had a great time. I stayed with my middle daughter. I have an oldest daughter, a middle daughter, a younger daughter, each in different decades. That's the way it went, and I believe that's the way it was supposed to be. That's the way it happened. That's the way it was probably planned. So anyway, we are all good friends, and when I'm gone, they'll have each other, and I'm so happy about that. And also to bring back the importance of the women of the family. That's been drowned out for a while here for a long time. Women really actually we have to be such diplomats, to keep our families together, to keep our communities together. It's really the truth. And so we do that. And we love to be together and to really bring us back into the place that we need to be. I think we've even kind of lost that from my grandmother's time. So we're working on it, aren't we all? Aren't we all working on it in our world? So anyway, I got back to here I am. We don't really want to talk about where I live, you never know. Um, and I I'll tell you, they have these protein. I think they call them protein wraps down in California. There's In and Out hamburgers and French fries. You can get gluten-free French fries. I almost can't talk about hamburger. Okay, I got so sick. We're gonna have to make this part quick. Very quick. But anyway, I fell in love with their cheeseburgers with lettuce wrap, and I wanted to do it when I got home on my carb day. Get gluten-free French fries in it, and I can't talk about this very long. Anyway, I found a place here in town, and they said they had a protein wrap and gluten-free French fries. So I got that. I got extremely sick after this. I mean, I didn't. What happened? What happened? What I this was not an In-N-Out burger for sure. So I got really sick. I was let's not get too graphic, throwing up and going the other way too. One needed a big pot and the throne. It was really so awful. I just thought I might not make it here. And this went on, and we don't want to talk about it too much. We don't quite know what happened, but and then I didn't. It was still going on. That was on a Saturday, and then I'd only been home for a couple of days, and then the Sunday was not too good, and Monday not too good. But I thought I'd be okay. I thought I could keep my doctor's appointment, and I was still not so well, and I'm still not. I think I can eat tofu, and I think I can eat chicken and cottage cheese and bone broth. So my stomach is still not completely back. And I thought about this is a difference in frequency. Some of us, I am one of those kind of people in the MB, TI, and in the Briggs, not Braggs, Braggs is amino acids. Meyer-Briggs typology identifier system has me as an INFJ. We feel energy. We feel it. I can go into a room and I feel it. I can feel everything going on there, and it's very accurate, except if I've had problems in romantic it's not ac it's now accurate, okay? You can't fool me too long. Anyway, I'm married, so that's not on the table, but, um, I saw in the past that I had a problem with it. So, otherwise, it was extreme has been extremely accurate in my life. I live by it now. I listen to it. One of the things it pointed out to me before, I listened to it very well when I first moved here. I'd be coming home from work, getting on the highway, and I'd have almost uncontrollable desire to keep driving. And it's just like someone, get out of here. This is going to be one of your worst experiences you have ever had. It's going to strip you of your essence. It did a pretty good job of things through the years. I did get my youngest daughter raised and in college and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really grateful for that. You can criticize me for my decisions, but sometimes you also make decisions for other people. So, anyway, that's the frequency of this area. It is different. We do have, in this area, we have positive and negative, high magnetic anomalies in the mountains around us. I think that it's almost creates a screech of energy. It's just like chalk going across the chalkboard. Honestly, I think it affects the people around here. I still wear this every day until I got this little scalar necklace. I don't know. I've been here since 2004. I'm not sure when I got this, probably around 2006. I had an irritability that crept up on me that I could not shake. I mean, it almost made me want to. I did not come here to be a mean person or throw my weight around and show how people how powerful I am. That was a mission for me. And I put this necklace on and that irritability went away. So I kind of, when people are getting really irritable or kind of nasty around here, I realize, they may just not feel good. They are feeling this energy that may possibly, got to study this stuff more, be a high magnetic anomaly, two of them, not just one. One is on the negative energy side, the other is on the positive side. So you've got what is on a map, which I got from when they flew over this area. They had people fly over this area for gravity and magnetic field stuff. I have it on my computer saved in my bookmarks. And it is a blue area is the negative, and at a high, it even will go purple. Now, when you get in these purple areas, interesting things can happen with the mind. This is more red, but it is still a high magnetic anomaly. And there they are, sitting there together. So I've always wondered about this. I don't know, it sure be interesting to study it. Um, we also have the famous Mel's Hole. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to tell you because they'll tell you where I'm at, and I really don't want that. Um, so we won't go any further with that. But anyway, here I am back in this area that is so dense to me. Oh my God, it's so dense to me, I can hardly take it. I have to find ways to lighten myself up. Some of my ways is to do contemplations or meditations, what many people call meditations. I call it something else. I call it a contemplation on my spiritual path. That's what we call it. I do that, and I have been exercising, but I've been so ill this last year. Very challenging. So I do things and I have a positive attitude and all that. Some days it's like though, like, what you can't dress this up. You can have all the positive attitude you want, but you cannot dress this up. So anyway, that's what I'm going through as a human being. Maybe some of you others are going through this kind of stuff. Here, I'm already 14 minutes. I wonder if anyone will listen to this. Yesterday, though, as I'm coming back from this new event of getting really ill. You wonder if you're going to live. And we drive by, my husband and I drive by um, the funeral house place business before we go into the grocery store. And I think to myself, it might be because I've been trying to love my body. I know this may sound strange to some people. Love my body, love my heart. Thank you for beating for me. Thank thank you, body, for working for me for all these years into my seventh decade. And you may be a little out of shape or whatever. You are still working. I am so grateful. And I was thinking, when people die, I didn't say anything because I thought, oh, this is a weird thought. You don't really want to share this, but I'm sharing it now and for a purpose. And I hope you all get here. I hope you get to the end of this. Um, it may be that when a person dies, they may hang out with their body. I was thinking, these funeral homes, they may have a lot of souls running around there by their bodies and stuff like that. Because if you think about it, it's been your identity all your life. It's been your home. It's been your place. It's it's been who you've been. All of a sudden, phew, you no longer have a body. So that's what I was thinking about. And I got a little further, and I remembered our neighbor over here some years back. God, I don't know how many years back it was. I also lost time. I gained a day, by the way. Just a little zip of. im- I thought it was Friday. It's actually Thursday. I gained a day. You know what? That made me feel better. I woke up telling my husband it was Friday. We had to get the garbage out, all this stuff, and he says, "No, it's Thursday." I said, "No, no, no. I'm right about these things. I know my time." And I somehow, it was before I had coffee, but I'm still like recovering. I got all messed up. I think I started getting messed up last night with my time. So anyway, my neighbor died. I don't know how many years ago. Okay, it's um maybe 7. I don't know. When she died, I was laying down, and it was the day she died, and I saw this little orb come out through. I'm telling you, it was so vivid. This little light. I had kind of a tell it was on its way. Went through the ceiling of my bedroom. And I saw it very, very clearly. And I think it was her. I think she had left her body. I guess she hit her head, and that was it. She hit her head on something. She was out. No more body time. Gone. And she passed through my house. It may be that she was concerned about her dog. She had a beautiful German Shepherd, although that dog kind of was scary, when I'd walk my dog down the road. That dog actually came over to me, and I feel so bad because I didn't know she had died. And that's the first time I'd seen that dog out of the yard, and a big German Shepherd. I was just kind of scared of him, and I feel so bad now. And he kind of huddled down and went back over to his room. He was grieving. He was really coming for some help and some love, and I felt so bad that I didn't help that soul. So anyway, the point is here that we are really just light and sound. That's the image of God that we are. We are made in the image of God, which is consciousness that manifests as light and sound. So you know what we are? We're little Tinkerbells. Something I can hold in my hand. And it's just a little Tinkerbell. And I guess my point here is that we cause our bodies, we come into these bodies. It's a divine creation. And we are the motor, we are the consciousness. We move this body that is built so beautifully, it evolved so beautifully for us. But really, all we are little Tinkerbells. That's all we are. So here I am in this place that feels like it's such a dense frequency for me. And I realize, well, I'm really just a Tinkerbell. So is everybody else. So even when someone is getting angry and nasty and all that, I can just see them for who they really are, which is a little Tinkerbell. It's a manifestation of where we come from, our creator. I think things will be easier. So I guess that's what my video, and it really went on a lot longer than I thought it would. And I think it's really going to take probably a different person to find value in what I'm saying. And I'm really thankful that I can breathe through my nose. So hopefully you can understand what I'm saying better. And I'm hoping to make this more fun in the future and bring things to you because that's kind of what I do is I bring thoughts to people. I have a different mind. I know that as I tell you my story. I did share that story about the funeral home with my husband and related to the Tinkerbell. I didn't tell him about the neighbor. I think I've told him that before. But that's what we are. We're just little consciousness roaming around. And I wouldn't doubt that people sometimes when they pass, because see, I'm on my descent. I'm not on my ascent in this life. Hopefully I've got some good years here. I truly hope so. I'd like to stay. I really would. I got things I'd still like to do. Um, but I would not doubt that it must be a shock to people sometimes that all of a sudden they're not in their body. So I would not doubt that there are times that there are souls, agents of God, or angels, or whatever you want to call them, when masters, angels, God, manifest relatives, loved ones, who come and say, "Hey, it's time to go," and open a door to probably a much more beautiful, lighter world. So those are my thoughts today, even with maybe like with me, it's been heavy. I'm kind of tired of it. So the way I can lighten up is to realize I'm just a little Tinkerbell. And, if maybe not all you seniors know who Tinkerbell is from Peter Pan, but really that's what we are. We're just, showing up like an orb going through the ceiling of someone's bedroom, and they're seen, and then they disappear. And that's who we are. We're in frequency. It's dense here. It's a little tough to take, but I'm lightening up, and I hope this video helped you in your situation. Lighten up too, because we really are just light and sound, so we can lighten it up. All right. Love to you all.